Sunday mornings used to mean something sacred to me, nothing religious, just the comfort of slow hours and the easy peace that settles in when nobody's demanding anything. I'd be out there in the yard with the Hedges kids chasing a frisbee, Danielle handing out lemonade, my favorite kind, not too sweet, perfectly tart. It was one of those rare moments where the world felt gentle. You know what I mean? No mowers, no barking dogs, just giggles and the click of my clippers. I should have known peace like that doesn't last in Meadow Hills. So I'm standing there trimming the hedge, not a care in the world, when I spot this guy coming up the sidewalk, khaki uniform, sunglasses, clipboard, like he's about to inspect a nuclear facility. At first I thought Amazon delivered a human being by mistake, but then I see that big, ugly patch, Meadow Hills HOA Security Enforcement. Like that means anything. Doesn't say hello, doesn't wave at the kids, just heads straight for me and barks, "You're violating Community Code 7.12. I lower my clippers and give him the blankest stare I can muster. I'm just trimming hedges. But he's not here for logic. You've been warned before. This is strike 3. Danielle's frozen on the porch, Marcus clutching the frisbee like it's a shield, and here I am, apparently enemy number 1 for basic yard work, I tell him. Look, I never got any notice, even if I had. This is just maintenance. He whips out his phone, snaps photos, starts talking about citations and fines. And then, God, I wish I was making this up. His hand goes to his belt and he pulls out a black taser. "Stop resisting," he yells. "I'm not moving an inch. Haven't even blinked. But next thing I know, lightning bolts rip through my body. I drop. Danielle's screaming. Marcus is bawling. Lily's standing there with terror in her curls. And the whole street suddenly shows up, phones out, neighbors whispering. This officer puffs up, declaring, "Official Meadow Hills HOA business." I can't talk, can barely breathe. Danielle kneeling beside me, shielding me like she can stop another shock. She says she's calling the real cops. He just stands there smug, says, "I have jurisdiction." Like we're in some banana republic and not, my front yard. Police sirens finally roll up. The real ones. By then I'm shivering, shirt soaked, not sure if I'm going to pass out or throw up. The cop, actual badge and everything, kneels and asks if I need medical attention. Danielle says yes, and we're pressing charges. Suddenly our HOA enforcer starts to sweat. A neighbor calls out, "Got it all on video, he didn't do a thing." So the officer separates us, takes statements. And next thing I know, I'm in an ambulance with sky-high blood pressure and my kids left behind still crying. I replay that scene 100 times. My son's face, the way Lily clung to Danielle, the way Danielle's hand shook as she gripped mine in the ER. Shame doesn't even cover it. You're supposed to protect your family, right? Instead, I'm the one carted off, and for what? Trimming the hedges. But something cracked open in me that night. The Meadow Hills HOA had always been petty fines about mailbox colors, passive-aggressive notes about my grass. But this was violence. This was personal. They thought I was just another pushover. They were dead wrong. Didn't sleep a wink that night. Danielle watched over me like a hawk, checking my pulse, but she couldn't meet my eyes. I lay there thinking, planning, every breath stacking up like bricks, determined, even if I didn't know what the plan was yet. First thing next morning, we get a knock. Karen Holt, the HOA president herself, and some board member I've never met, both dressed for a charity golf game. Karen's got this smile that doesn't even try to be real. "Just wanted to check in, make sure you're okay," she trills. Danielle lets her in barely. I'm sitting there ice packed to my neck, red welts like a prize fighter, and Karen acts like it's all one big misunderstanding. Our officer was just responding to a code violation. I let her have it. For what, trimming my own hedge? I've got no violations on file except for trash bins. Want to see the video of your security guy tasing me in front of my kids? Her face goes from plastic smile to ghost. She fumbles, "I just came to offer an apology. No need for this to get legal." I laugh, couldn't help it. "Karen, your guy assaulted me. This isn't about apologies. This is about accountability." She tries to warn me. "You won't win." Danielle just steps forward, ice in her voice. Watch him. Karen beats a hasty retreat. So now I go into military mode. Documentation, timelines, photos, every notice the HOA's ever sent us stacked and cataloged. But here's the twist. Months back, when the HOA tried to fine me for repainting my garage after they'd approved the color I'd filed for arbitration, when they ignored that a judge granted a restraining injunction. HOA's not allowed to take action against me or my property without court oversight. And they never read it. Now they tased me on camera in violation of a court order. That's criminal. So I file charges: assault, contempt, you name it, against Lewis, the officer, Karen, the whole board. I hand over every scrap of evidence, and right as I'm walking out of the courthouse, my phone buzzes. That video's already gone viral. Top comment: hope he sues the hell out of them. Oh, I plan to. Within days, the story's everywhere, Reddit news, even my brother-in-law's feed. Now everywhere I go, neighbors are watching. Some nod, some wave, some just stare. It's awkward, but now they know what really happened. That same night, another thick envelope slides under my door: temporary suspension of privileges due to safety violation. Pool clubhouse all gone. Danielle rips it up. Next morning, our mailbox is taped shut, non-compliant spray painted across the side. Not just intimidation, that's a federal offense. Postal inspector comes, takes one look, says, "They're playing with fire." I just nod. They've been doing it for a while. Then the petty notices ramp up: window coverings, wreaths, Marcus's basketball hoop. They're trying to break us down with paperwork and harassment. But they don't get it. I was trained for wars of attrition. And the real cop, Officer Monroe, calls me up. Lewis is on administrative leave pending investigation. But Monroe says because Lewis isn't law enforcement, they can't fire him. Civil suit might work faster than any internal review. I thank him, hang up, and decide to up the pressure. That week, there's a Meadow Hills community meeting to restore unity. I wasn't invited, so I show up anyway. When Karen tries to gloss over the incident, I raise my hand and calmly ask, "Is the board aware you violated a standing court order?" The room goes dead silent. She tries to weasel out, but I hold up the signed copy. If they can do it to me, they can do it to you. Afterward, Mrs. Chang, my neighbor, hands me a folder, photos of Lewis vandalizing my mailbox and yelling at a delivery guy. "It's time someone stood up to them," she says. Turns out I'm not alone. Other neighbors: Mr. Carver, a veteran fined for his flag; Ms. Lopez, a young mom harassed for her kids' toys, come forward, each with their own story of selective enforcement, intimidation, humiliation. Danielle helps organize it all: spreadsheet of violations, patterns, proof. We're building a case. Here's where it twists again: a manila envelope, no return address. Inside, Lewis's employment records, a damning disciplinary report from his security firm, red flags all over. Someone inside the board is defecting. Then a civil rights attorney takes our case. We've got them on excessive force, contempt, discrimination. I want more than damages. I want public accountability, a board-wide re-election, every resident to get a signed admission of guilt. Maria, our lawyer, just grins, ambitious. But that's justice. The days pass, rumors fly, board members start resigning. We file a class action with 11 neighbors. The media comes back, this time statewide. It's not just about a taser anymore. It's about power, silence, fear, and who's willing to say, "Enough." Rebecca Mills, the journalist, walks the lawn with me, takes it all in, asks, "What's it like seeing your worst moment spark all this change?" I tell her. It's strange. I don't see myself. I see my kids, my wife. The silence afterward hurt the most, but now they know it mattered. Eventually, the board dissolves the security division. Karen resigns. We hold new elections. Mrs. Chang becomes president. Mr. Carver takes community outreach. Ms. Lopez runs finance. I stay out of it, but I help draft the new code of conduct. We ban private security. I lead a roundtable on legal rights. Neighbors start sharing, organizing, rebuilding. One Sunday, I walk with my kids to the park. Someone's painted a new sign, "Neighbors Not Enforcers." I smile. That's it right there. Fall comes, peace settles. Marcus runs with me again stronger. Danielle says, "You changed things, James. Gave people permission to speak up." And it hits me, this started as a fight for my own dignity, but it became something more. We didn't just win a case, we reclaimed a community. For the first time in years, I sleep easy knowing I stood up and wasn't alone. And if you're listening to this, I want to know, where do you draw the line? When do you say enough? Let's hear it in the comments. What does justice look like where you live?